What if I told you there's a tiny copper coin sitting in your kitchen drawer right now, worth nearly $1 million? Yes, a humble 2009 Lincoln cent. No mint mark, no silver,
No glitter.
just one small detail that could make you a millionaire. But here's the twist. Most people throw it away. Or worse, they spend it. That's like using a lottery ticket to buy a candy bar. In the next 10 minutes, I'm going to reveal exactly what makes the 2009 no mint mark Lincoln penny worth up to $970,000, how to spot one, and how to turn your change jar into a financial breakthrough. First, why the 2009 Lincoln penny? And what's so special about no mint mark? 2009 wasn't just any year. It was Lincoln's bicentennial, 200 years since his birth. To commemorate the occasion, the U.S. Mint released 4 special reverse designs showing his life stages. Some 2009 pennies were minted in extraordinarily low quantities, without a mint mark, and with critical errors, making them ultra-rare. A rare version of this penny, discovered in near-perfect condition, sold for $970,000 at a private auction. That's not a typo. That's nearly $1 million for 1 cent. When was the last time you looked at a penny and thought, retirement fund? But here's the fear factor: these coins are vanishing fast. Collectors are buying them up. Others are hoarding them. And every day, fewer remain in circulation. The question is, do you have one? The exact features to look for, and a trick to find one without leaving your home. To find a 2009 no mint mark Lincoln penny that's worth up to $970,000, here's what you need to do, step by step. Look for the 2009 Lincoln penny with Lincoln sitting on a log reading. This is the formative years reverse, the most error-prone of the series. Check the front. If there's no mint mark under the date, it may be from Philadelphia. This makes it one of the lowest minted errors. Examine for doubling, die errors, or off-center strikes. Even a minor imperfection can multiply its value by 10x or more. You don't need to be an expert. You just need a magnifying glass and patience. Because if you do find one, your life could change overnight. No college degree, no investment firm, just you, a penny, and a little luck. Now imagine you never check your change. Imagine you give it away. Imagine you spend your fortune on a gumball. Don't let that be your story. Check your drawers, your jars, your glove box, because time is running out. And in our next video, we'll reveal 3 more pennies currently selling for over $500,000, including one that was found in a gas station parking lot. Subscribe now so you don't miss it. Drop a comment if you found any 2009 pennies. We might feature you in our next video. And download our free guide, 5 pennies that could make you rich. You're not just collecting coins, you're unlocking a legacy. 1 cent at a time. Did you know that a simple penny, yes, a 1-cent coin, could make you a millionaire? Specifically, the 1960 Lincoln cent. That tiny coin you might have lying around in a jar or tucked away in an old drawer might just be worth up to $1.4 million. Don't believe it? Stick with me, because today, we're diving deep into this incredible coin and how you could cash in big if you have the right one. The 1960 Lincoln cent was minted in Denver, hence the little D mint mark under the date. Millions were made that year, but what makes some of them extremely rare and valuable is a special type of error or variation that in particular, coin collectors go crazy over what's called the small date and large date varieties, and some even rarer double die errors that occurred in the minting process. And here's the kicker: in recent auctions, one of these rare 1960 Lincoln cents sold for $1.4 million because of its unbelievably perfect condition and rarity factor. So, how can you tell if you have one of these valuable coins? This small date has a thinner, taller 0 in the date. It's more centered vertically. The large date has a wider and shorter 0. Some collectors will pay thousands just for a high-grade small date D penny. Look closely at Lincoln's face or the lettering like "In God We Trust." If you see any doubling or shadow effect, it could be a double die error. These are very rare and very valuable. Grading: the most valuable penny, the one that sold for $1.4 million, was graded MS 67 Plus Red by a professional coin grading service. That means it was nearly perfect, with full original red color and no scratches. Always handle coins by the edge and avoid cleaning them. Cleaning can actually ruin their value. Now, why would anyone pay over $1 million for a penny? It's all about rarity plus condition plus demand. The 1960D small date penny in high grades is incredibly hard to find. Combine that with an error like a double die, and you're looking at a unicorn coin that serious collectors are desperate to own. Also, as more people get into coin collecting, especially investors, the demand keeps going up and that drives prices even higher. Want to know if your 1960D penny is valuable? Check your old jars, drawers, and coin albums. Use a magnifying glass or phone macro lens to look at the date and Lincoln's face. Compare it to images online of small date versus large date. If you think you've got something special, send it to a professional grading service like PCGS or NGC. Never rush to sell to the first person you find. Get multiple opinions. Get it graded by a trusted service. Consider listing it with a reputable auction house or online coin dealer. Join online coin forums to ask for feedback. Avoid local pawn shops. They often pay far below real value. If your coin really is rare and in top condition, you could be sitting on life-changing money. So, do you have the $1 million penny? Start checking your change jars and old collections. You never know what treasure might be hiding right in your home. If you found this video helpful, hit the like button, subscribe for more rare coin tips, and share this with a friend who might have old coins. Got questions or think you have a valuable penny? Drop a comment below. I read every one. Hey everyone. Welcome back to the channel where we turn pocket change into potential treasure. If you're between 30 and 70 and you've got old coins lying around, you might be sitting on a gold mine. Today, we're talking about one very special coin, the 1985 Lincoln 1-cent penny with no mint mark, and why some say it could be worth over $1.3 million. Yes, $1.3 million. Grab your coin jars, magnifying glasses, and maybe a notepad, because by the end of this video, you'll know exactly what to look for. First, let's start with the basics. In 1985, the United States Mint produced billions of pennies. Most were made in Philadelphia, which, interestingly, did not use a mint mark on the coin. So, if your 1985 penny has no mint mark, don't get too excited. Yet. 1985 penny front and back. This is standard for Philly coins. But here's where it gets interesting. There are a few very rare 1985 pennies with unusual characteristics, and those are the ones collectors go crazy for. So what's the deal with this so-called $1.3 million penny? Well, some rare 1985 no-mint mark Lincoln cents are known for having major minting errors or being in flawless condition. The one that reached viral fame allegedly had an ultra-rare double die reverse, pristine full red color, and was graded MS 68 or higher by a top coin grading service like PCGS or NGC. In fact, one such coin sold privately for a reported price north of $1 million. Now, this isn't your average coin. We're talking a literal once-in-a-lifetime find. Show images of MS68 plus red coins, grading slabs, and guess what? Coins like this are often found in old coin jars, inherited collections, or even tucked away in drawers. That's why checking your change is so important. Let's break it down. Here's exactly what you want to look for in your 1985 penny. Made in Philadelphia? Check. But we're not done. Look at Lincoln's coat, the word Liberty, and the date. Are the edges crisp? A bright, shiny red finish means the coin is in mint state condition. The fewer the blemishes, the more it's worth. Look for doubling, die cracks, or misaligned strikes. Most 1985 pennies should weigh around 2.5 grams. If yours is heavier, it might be a rare transitional error. Show visuals of each feature. If your coin checks several of these boxes, it's time to call a professional. Now let's talk real numbers. Here's a quick breakdown of what these coins can sell for. 1 cent to maybe 10 cents. Uncirculated, red coins MS60 to MS65, $5 to $1.50. $500 to $5, 000. Tens of thousands. Even over $100, 000. Ultra rare, rumored $1.3 million coin. That's possible, but it needs to be a perfect storm of rarity, condition, and collector demand. So don't assume every 1985 penny is worth millions. But don't toss it out either. If you think you've got something special, here's what to do. Don't clean it. Cleaning a coin can ruin its value. Check for doubling, fine detail, and condition. Weigh the coin. A cheap digital scale can reveal a lot. Take it to a local coin shop, or submit it to a grading company like PCGS or NGC for a professional opinion. You can also post clear photos in coin forums or collector Facebook groups for feedback. So, there you have it, the truth about the 1985 no-mint mark Lincoln penny. Most are common, but a tiny handful can be life-changing. Always check your change. Never assume a coin is worthless. And most importantly, get curious. If you learned something today, smash that like button, subscribe for more coin videos, and leave a comment below. What's the oldest coin you've ever found? We're diving into the world of the 1964 D. Lincoln penny. Yes, that small copper coin with Abraham Lincoln's face on it, and a big mystery behind it. Could your penny be worth up to $1.5 million? Let's find out. 0:45 to 2 o'clock cut to close-up of a 1964 D penny. In 1964, the U.S. Mint produced over 3 billion Lincoln pennies with the D Mint mark from the Denver Mint. These coins were made of 95% copper, and the average one is worth just 1 cent. Maybe a few dollars in perfect condition. 1964 D penny copper composition Denver Mint location on map 3, 799, 071, 500, but among those billions, a few have sparked rumors, legends, and yes, serious price tags. There are reports, and even auctions, where certain error coins or rare mint varieties of the 1964 D penny have sold for tens of thousands of dollars, and in some rumors, up to $1.5 million. $15, 000, $125, 000, even $1.50 million. So, what makes a regular penny skyrocket in value? Doubled letters or date visibly misaligned struck on dime blank's perfect condition, MS-67 or better. 1965 planchets used. Early coin collectors go wild for these rare varieties. And in a hot market, one penny can start a bidding war. All right, grab your old penny jar, and let's see if you're sitting on a fortune. Flip the coin and check for the D Mint mark under the date. Look closely for doubling on the words Liberty, and In God We Trust. Is it off-center or missing details? Should be 3.11 grams. Anything unusual? You might have a rare planchet. Even a minor error could raise your penny's value from 1 cent to hundreds or thousands. On-screen slideshow of coin auction screenshots. Here are just a few examples of what these coins have sold for at auction. Sold for $15,600, $3,000 plus $7,800 unconfirmed ultra-rare specimens rumored at over $1 million, while the $1.5 million sale is still a bit of a mystery. Likely a private collector's transaction. There's no doubt these coins can fetch serious cash. Here's what to do next. Use a magnifier and good lighting. Look up known error types. Use a digital scale grams. Cleaning lowers value drastically. Use services like PCGS or NGC for potential sale. And remember, even if it's not worth millions, a rare penny could still cover a vacation or more. So, do you have a 1964 D Lincoln penny hiding in your house? Dig through your change, check your old coin rolls, and let us know in the comments what you find. Welcome back, coin collectors and treasure hunters. If you've got old coins sitting around in drawers, jars, or boxes, today's video might just change your life. Let's talk about a simple little coin that might be worth a fortune. The 1973 D. Lincoln cent. Yes, we're talking about the humble 1-cent penny with Abraham Lincoln's face on the front and a tiny D Mint mark under the year. Most people think pennies are worthless, but not so fast. One rare version of this penny is rumored to be worth up to $1.6 million. So, what's the deal? The 1973 D penny was minted in Denver, which is why it has the D Mint mark. Over 3.5 billion of these were made, so they're not rare by default. Some of these coins have rare minting errors or unique traits that collectors are desperately looking for. And it's these specific versions that can bring in life-changing money to us. So if you've got a 1973 D penny, don't spend it just yet. What makes it worth $1.6 million? 2 o'clock min. Now you might be asking, why would someone pay over $1 million for a penny? Well, one coin reportedly sold for that much because of a perfect storm of rarity, minting error, and demand from elite collectors. Here are the features that might make your penny extremely valuable. Look for doubling on Lincoln's face, the word Liberty, or the date 1973. If the image on the coin isn't centered, this can make it rare. If it was mistakenly struck on a different metal, that's a jackpot. Coins graded MS 67 or higher by a grading service like PCGS can be worth thousands. Even without errors, it's these rare combinations that can launch a penny into the $1 million club. Grab your magnifying glass or smartphone with a zoom lens. Here's how to examine your 1973 D penny. Look at the mint mark. Make sure it's a D under the date. Check for doubling. Is the lettering or date slightly repeated or blurry? Check if the coin isn't perfectly aligned. Weigh it. A standard 1973 D penny weighs 3.11 grams. If it's off, it might be an error. Examine its shine. A bright, uncirculated coin has a better shot at value. If your coin looks unusual, don't clean it. That can ruin its value. Just set it aside and get it professionally appraised. Real values from recent sales, 130-minute. Let's talk numbers. Here's what 1973 D pennies have sold for. Normal circulated 1973 D penny, worth about 1 to 10 cents. $10 to $200. $5,000 to $35,000, allegedly sold for $1.6 million at private auction. The key is rarity, condition, and collector demand. Even if yours isn't a millionaire's dream, it could still fetch a surprising price. What to do if you think you have 130-minute. If you think you have a valuable 1973 D penny, here's what to do next. Don't clean it. Take clear, close-up photos of both sides. Contact a grading company like PCGS or NGC. Visit a local coin shop or attend a coin show for opinions. List it on eBay or heritage auctions, but only after you've confirmed it's valuable. There are coin dealers and buyers who specialize in these rare finds. Be cautious. Always deal with reputable sources. Who would have thought that an old penny could be worth over $1 million? It just goes to show. Treasures are hiding in plain sight, so before you toss that change into a Coinstar machine, check your pockets, jars, and drawers. You might just be sitting on a fortune. And if you're serious about selling coins, make sure to subscribe, hit that like button, and check out my playlist on valuable US coins. You don't want to miss what's next. We're diving deep into this mysterious coin, what makes it so valuable, how to identify it, and what you should do if you find one. If you're between the ages of 30 and 70 and have old coins lying around, this video is for you. The 1998 Lincoln penny looks just like any other made of copper-plated zinc, with Abraham Lincoln on the front and the Lincoln Memorial on the back. But here's the twist. Most of these coins were minted in Philadelphia, meaning they carry no mint mark. Normally, that wouldn't make them rare, but due to minting errors and collector demand, a tiny percentage of these 1998 no-mint mark coins were struck with ultra-high quality or misprint features that skyrocketed their value. So, how do you go from 1 cent to $1.5 million? There are 3 main factors that make these coins incredibly valuable. Coins graded by PCGS or NGC as MS68 or higher are nearly flawless. Only a few of these exist, making them ultra-valuable to collectors. Some 1998 no-mint mark pennies have doubling on the reverse, especially in the word Liberty or In God We Trust. Others have die breaks, off-center strikes, or ghost images. With coin values rising and more investors entering the market, certain coins, especially rare Lincoln cents, are getting snapped up at record prices. One verified 1998 no-mint mark penny with unique features was valued at over $1.5 million in a private collector auction. Now, how do you know if you have the jackpot penny? Check the date and mint mark, look at the front of the coin, just under the year. If there's no letter, like D or S, it's from the Philadelphia Mint. You're good so far. Look for errors or doubling, use a magnifier and check for doubling in the words Liberty, In God We Trust, And the Lincoln Memorial. Off-center strikes or ghost images also raise the value. Coin condition matters. Don't clean the coin. Leave it as is. If it looks brand new, shiny, and scratch-free, even better. Check old rolls of pennies. Many people overlook old coin rolls from banks or family stashes. That's where million-dollar coins often hide. If you think you have a valuable penny, here's what to do. Use trusted services like PCGS, Professional Coin Grading Service, or NGC, Numismatic Guarantee Company. Grading is essential for serious collectors. Visit a reputable coin dealer or auction house. Consider firms like Heritage Auctions, Great Collections, or even eBay, but be cautious. Avoid pawn shops and scams. Many pawn shops won't give you full value. And beware of too good to be true offers online. Stick with professionals. Remember, that penny in your pocket might not just be worth 1 cent. It could be your ticket to a 6 or even 7-figure payday. If you're over 30 and have old coins, check your collections, family jars, and inherited rolls. You never know what treasure is hiding. Comment below if you've ever found an old coin worth big money. We'd love to hear your story. And don't forget to subscribe for more tips on rare coins and how to turn your change into cash. Imagine finding a single penny that could change your life. A coin so rare, it's worth over $1.6 million today. It's not silver. It's not gold. It's a simple 1971 Abraham Lincoln 1-cent coin with no mint mark. Yes, you heard that right. Today, I'm going to show you how to identify this rare penny, why it's so valuable, and how to know if you might be holding a life-changing fortune in the palm of your hand. If you've got an old coin jar, a collection from a relative, or even just loose change in the couch cushions, stay with me. Because this is the video every coin owner over 30 needs to watch. We're talking real value, not hype. And for some of you, this could be your lucky day. Let's start with the basics. The 1971 Lincoln penny was struck at multiple U.S. mints, Philadelphia, Denver, and San Francisco. Normally, coins from Denver and San Francisco have a D or S mint mark. Philadelphia, on the other hand, used no mint mark. That's normal. But here's the twist. In rare cases, some 1971 pennies that appear to have no mint mark are actually errors or rare varieties with unique characteristics. And that is what collectors are going crazy for. One such variety recently made headlines after it sold at auction for over $1.6 million. Why? It had a rare double die error and extraordinary detail. The coin that sold for over $1 million wasn't just any 1971 penny without a mint marked. It was a double die obverse, DDO variety, meaning the coin's front, or obverse, shows doubled features caused during the minting process. The word, Liberty the motto, In God We Trust, and the date, 1971, if the letters look like they're shadowed or slightly doubled, you might be holding a jackpot in your hand. It's subtle, so you'll need a magnifying glass or jeweler's loupe to check closely. Grab all your 1971 Lincoln pennies. Look for no mint mark, just the year 1971 under Lincoln's shoulder. Under magnification, check for doubled letters in the words and numbers. Pay attention to condition. The fewer scratches, the more valuable it may be. Even a penny in average condition with the DDO error could fetch $500 to $5,000, but the highest graded ones can go for hundreds of thousands, even over $1 million. If you think you've got one of these rare pennies, your next step is critical. Get it professionally graded. PCGS, Professional Coin Grading Service, NGC, Numismatic Guarantee Company. They'll verify authenticity and give your coin a grade, from 1, poor, to 70, perfect. Top grades like MS 65 or higher are what command those sky-high values. Once graded, you can list it with major coin auction houses, eBay, or specialty collectors. But please, don't clean the coin. That can ruin its value instantly. Worth up to $1 million, worth $5,000 plus, worth $300 to $9,000, worth thousands. You never know what's in that old coffee can or drawer. So next time you find a penny on the ground or dig through your change jar, take a closer look. That old copper coin might just be your $1 million surprise. If you learned something new, give this video a like. Subscribe for more coin tips, values, and hidden treasures. Speech balloon, drop a comment below. What's the oldest coin you've ever found? Did you know that a simple 1-cent coin sitting in your change jar could actually be worth over $1 million? Sounds crazy, right? But it's true, especially if you have the 1970 D Lincoln penny with some rare characteristics. Today, we're diving into everything you need to know about this fascinating coin and how you might be holding onto a small fortune. Let's start with a little background. The 1970 D penny was minted in Denver. That's what the little D stands for under the date on the front of the coin. At first glance, it looks like any other coin. But what separates an ordinary penny from $1 million treasure is in the details. Over 2.5 billion of these were made. So how can one be so valuable? It all comes down to rare errors and variations. Now here's where it gets exciting. One version of the 1970 D penny was struck on a 1941 Canadian penny, creating a dramatic minting error. That error, combined with its rarity, makes it one of the most desirable Lincoln cents in the world. In 2013, one of these ultra-rare error coins was listed for $1.5 million by a well-known coin dealer. While that specific coin was a one-of-a-kind error, even less dramatic versions can still bring in hundreds or thousands of dollars. So what should you be looking for? Flip that penny and grab a magnifying glass. If you spot doubling in the letters on the front, like Liberty or In God We Trust, you might be holding a doubled die obverse. Some of these coins have sold for $3,000 to $5,000 or more. Okay, let's talk numbers. Most 1970 D pennies in circulated condition are worth just 1 cent. But $500 to $5,000 plus up to $1.50 million $50, $200 face value. Sadly, condition is everything. The better the shape, the higher the value, so never clean your coins. That can actually reduce their worth. Look for doubling or unusual details. Should be 3.11 grams, copper. Check with a coin grading company. PCGS or NGC are the most trusted. Compare with online auction sales, eBay, heritage auctions, etc. You can even visit a local coin dealer or attend a coin show. Sometimes, in-person opinions are golden. There are thousands of collectors, dealers, and auction houses that love these types of coins. Top places to sell rare pennies: eBay with grading, heritage auctions, great collections, local coin shops or pawn shops, but be careful, always get multiple offers. So, before you toss that jar of pennies in the coin machine, take a second look, especially for those 1970 D Lincoln cents. You never know. One small copper coin could be your ticket to a life-changing payday. If you found this video helpful, give it a thumbs up and subscribe for more tips on rare coins, hidden treasures, and how to turn your old change into cold, hard cash. Drop a comment below if you think you might have a rare penny. I'd love to hear your story. Well, today we're talking about the 1967 No Mint Mark Lincoln penny that's been turning heads in the coin collecting world. If you have old coins lying around, especially from the 60s or earlier, you'll want to watch this video to the very end. This is not just a coin, it's a potential treasure. But not every 1967 penny is worth millions. So what makes this particular one so special? And how can you tell if you have it? Stick with me as we break down what to look for, how to verify it, and where to sell it for top dollar. Let's start with the basics. The 1967 Lincoln penny is part of the famous Lincoln Memorial series, minted from 1959 to 2008. These pennies feature President Abraham Lincoln on the front and the Lincoln Memorial on the back. But here's something unique. In 1965, 1966, and 1967, the U.S. Mint intentionally removed mint marks from coins. That's why most 1967 pennies show no mint mark, even though they were made in Philadelphia and Denver. So the no mint mark on its own doesn't make it rare, but other factors do. So why is one of these pennies reportedly worth $1.4 million? It all comes down to errors, condition, and demand. Some rare 1967 pennies were accidentally struck using the wrong die, creating errors like a double die, off-center strike, or misalignment. These can make a huge difference in value. Also, the penny must be in mint state condition, graded MS65 or higher by PCGS or NGC. That means it looks nearly brand new, with no wear. A red-colored penny, not brown or dull, also adds major value. Red pennies are considered the most desirable by collectors. So, a 1967 penny with a double die error, no mint mark, and in pristine red condition? That's a jackpot. Look for the date. 1967. Make sure there's no mint mark. Use a magnifying glass to check for doubling on Liberty. In God we trust? Or the date. Check the color. Is it red, brown, or somewhere in between? Look at the condition. No scratches or wear. You're in luck. If you suspect your coin is special, you'll want to get it professionally graded. To sell for top dollar, it needs to be authenticated. You can send it to PCGS, Professional Coin Grading Service, or NGC, Numismatic Guarantee Company, for evaluation. Once graded, coins can be sold at heritage auctions, great collections, or even eBay, if you know what you're doing. Don't walk into a pawn shop, they'll likely undervalue it. Always deal with certified auction houses or trusted numismatic dealers. So there you have it. A common-looking penny from 1967 could be worth over $1 million, but only under the right conditions. If you've got jars of old coins or inherited a collection from a parent or grandparent, it's time to dig them out and take a closer look. Do you have a valuable penny? Drop a comment below if you've checked your 1967 coins. Or send me a message. I'd love to help you figure it out. And don't forget to like, share, and subscribe if you found this helpful. I've got more videos coming on rare coins worth thousands, and you won't want to miss them. We're talking about one coin that's taken the internet by storm, the 2006 D. Lincoln penny that some say is worth as much as $1.7 million. So, is it true? What should you look for? And could your penny be hiding a small fortune? Stick around, because we're diving deep. Let's start with the basics. The 2006 D penny was minted in Denver, marked by that tiny D under the year. Over 3.5 billion of these pennies were made, so most are only worth face value, just 1 cent. But here's where it gets interesting. Some rare errors and varieties from this year have caught the attention of collectors and driven insane price tags. You might have seen headlines or videos claiming a 2006 D penny sold for $1.7 million. That sounds exciting, right? But here's the truth. There's no official record of a 2006 D penny ever selling for that much. Sites like Heritage Auctions and PCGS, the top grading companies, haven't confirmed such a sale. So where did this number come from? Most likely it's from clickbait websites or viral myths. But that doesn't mean some 2006 D pennies aren't worth money. Some are, and I'll tell you which ones to look for. Like double strikes, off-center coins, or misaligned dies. Like double dies, where the image looks doubled under magnification. Coins in pristine shape, called mint state, can be worth hundreds or thousands. Some 2006 D Lincoln pennies with strong doubling or off-center errors have sold for $50 to $500, and even more in rare cases. Also, coins graded MS67 or higher by PCGS or NGC can bring serious value. One flawless 2006 D penny in MS68 red condition sold for over $2,000. Look closely under bright light or use a 10x magnifier. Check for doubling on the letters or Lincoln's face. Look for odd shapes, extra lines, or off-center features. If it's in great shape, shiny, no scratches, it may be worth grading. If you're unsure, take a clear photo and post it in coin forums like CoinTalk or send it to PCGS or NGC for professional grading. Here's how to sell your valuable coin the smart way. List it on eBay with clear photos and a good description. But get 2 or 3 opinions before selling. Use reputable auction sites like Heritage Auctions or Great Collections, because a graded coin brings more trust and money. And whatever you do, don't clean the coin. That can ruin its value. So, is your 2006 D Lincoln penny worth $1.7 million? Probably not. But could it be worth $500, $1,000, even $2,000? That's much more realistic if it has the right error or perfect condition. The truth is, millions of older coins are still out there, and people are finding hidden treasures every day. So don't toss that penny just yet. Check it carefully. If you love this kind of info and want more tips on valuable coins, make sure to like, subscribe, and hit that bell so you never miss a chance to cash in on your collection. We're talking about the 2017 Lincoln penny, a coin most people overlook, but some rare versions are making headlines for being worth up to $1.6 million. In 2017, for the first time in history, the Philadelphia Mint added a P mint mark to the humble Lincoln penny to celebrate the U.S. Mint's 225th anniversary. Until then, Philadelphia minted pennies never had a mint mark. This was a one-year-only change, making this penny a must-have for collectors. Some rare error versions of this coin have become incredibly valuable, even hitting auction prices over $1 million. Now, you're probably wondering, why would a 1-cent coin be worth more than a luxury car, or even a house? Mint errors, rarity, and collector demand. Some 2017 pennies were accidentally struck with major errors, including double dies, off-center strikes, or rare planchet issues, making them extremely rare. And in the world of coin collecting, rarity equals value. In fact, one coin reportedly sold privately for over $1.6 million due to a combination of a perfect minting error and high-grade condition, what collectors call mint state 68 or higher. Here's what you need to do right now. Go grab your change jar, old drawers, or that shoebox in your closet. Look for a 2017 penny with the letter P under the date. Doubling on the words "In God We Trust" or "Liberty" off-center images, unusual coloring, or metal marks, these could mean high-grade coins. Use a 10x jeweler's loupe or USB microscope for close inspection. If you think you've got something unusual, do not clean it. That could destroy its value. Here's what to do next. Send it to a professional grading service like PCGS or NGC. Look up sold listings on sites like Heritage Auctions or eBay, but only check sold listings. Some local coin shops will give you a free evaluation. Sites like CoinTalk or Reddit's r/coins can offer great guidance. So before you spend that 2017 penny at the gas station, take a closer look. You might be holding a 6-figure treasure in your hand.